Well, good morning and happy Monday, Calc students. I haven't seen you in a while. I know you haven't seen me, so I decided to put myself down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen for this particular video. But I've got some updates for you. Also want to check in. Many of you are completing your Khan Academy assignments. I did not look at AP Classroom, but hopefully you're working on those progress checks as well. But I have some updates for you regarding your AP exam, and also how we'll at least finish out these next 2 weeks before spring break, and then looking forward to the weeks coming after spring break, which hopefully we'll be doing face-to-face learning and no more distance learning, but we're going to prepare either way. So just making sure that you guys all know what you're supposed to be doing over this time. Well, here's your distance learning assignments document. You should be completing your Khan Academy assignments. I'd say 90% of you are doing this, so thank you to those 90%. The other 10%, you need to get into Khan Academy and please complete those assignments as soon as possible. There was a set of assignments due on March 18th and a set of assignments due on March 20th. I know there's a set due on March 27th and then a set due on April 2nd. Flipped Calculus, please make sure that you have watched these 2 videos, and I recommend downloading these 2 documents that are hyperlinked here, doing the practice problems, or at the very least taking some notes and completing some problems on your own paper. AP Classroom, I've released all the progress checks. I encourage you to get in there and do those. I released the multiple choice items, but this week I'm going to release the free response items so that you can work on those, complete them on your own paper, and you could send me pictures or scans of your work, and I can annotate, add comments and concerns, and send them back to you so that we could practice free response questions. It is imperative that we practice free response, and I'm about to let you know why. If you're not on Remind, please click here. Make sure you join Remind. So going back, what are the updates regarding the AP exams? Well, if you just Google AP, let's see here, it's wanting me to log in. If you just Google AP COVID-19 update, you could go to one of the first links is AP updates for schools impacted by coronavirus. That includes just about everybody in the country at this point. On Friday, AP College Board updated everyone regarding the new exam procedures as well as what will be covered on the exam, and I want to summarize that for you very quickly. One, there's going to be free remote learning resources. I sent you some awesome videos recorded last year by some master AP Calc teachers. Those same AP Calc teachers are providing free remote learning resources. I'm going to be honest with you. These resources are probably better than anything I could create at this point. I highly recommend you click this link. When you click that link, this will pop up. It'll start you at the top of the page, but you just scroll on down to AP Calculus AB. And if you notice this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, for 45 minutes, you will be taught by a master AP Calculus teacher regarding modeling situations with differential equations, verifying those solutions, and sketching slope fields. I know we've already covered this, but I highly recommend you tune in this week during these 45-minute sessions. I'm going to be tuning in just to make sure that I've covered the material to sufficient depth, but it also will help you get ready for the AP exam. So please tune in this week, this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 2 to 2:45. That's our time, Eastern Time, and you could cover these assignments. If you're curious, you could click over on Calc BC, and in the morning of those days, you can learn about some Calculus BC topics. So I encourage you to check that out if you're interested. But I would highly suggest, on the verge of requiring, please tune in 2 to 2:45 these 3 days. Make sure you get that instruction, okay? Take notes. In fact, if you take notes and take a picture of those notes with your name on there, send them to me, and I will give you some credit for that. So if you tune in and take some notes, I'll give you some credit for that. Also, the exam has changed. This year, the exam is going to be a 45-minute online exam, and it's going to be a free response exam at home. There will be no multiple choice on the AP exam this year. It's going to be a 45-minute online free response exam from home. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work, but we just need to make sure we're preparing for that. So I'm going to be sending you some free response questions and also creating some videos that go over free response questions. We spend a lot of time on multiple choice, particularly through Khan Academy and AP Classroom, but I'm going to make sure we focus on free response here on out to make sure that we're able to tackle those problems. In addition, the only units that will be covered on the exam are units 1 through 7. Those are the only units that will be covered on this exam. That basically ends with differential equations. Area between curves will not be covered on the exam. Now, we are going to cover it in our course. We are not going to cut out area between curves. Many of you are going to colleges where you're going to hopefully take this credit with you. But even if you don't, you want to be exposed to finding the area between curves. That's a classic Calc 1 topic. So we're going to make sure we cover it, but in our exam review, we're only going to focus on units 1 through 7. Units 1 through 7 start all the way back at limits, all the way up through our recent work with slope fields and differential equations. So hopefully this helps you at least get an idea of what we're going to be looking at over the coming weeks, regardless of if we're learning from distance or if we're learning face-to-face at school. This is going to be our focus for the coming weeks. I recommend you go to this website. Please go to and show up to the free remote learning resources and times. That's this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 2 to 2:45 in the afternoon. And please be prepared to answer free response questions. I'm assuming maybe 4 questions or so in the 45-minute period. We'll get some more information on that in the coming week. Want to make sure you're all able to do this and all feel prepared to answer these types of questions. I'd love to see your face. Upload a video of yourself, maybe doing some calc, maybe doing something else on our Flipgrid just so that we can see each other. I plan to organize a Zoom session this week just so that we can all collaborate and chat, update each other, and maybe do a little calc together. Talk to you later, Calculus.